Greetings, my name is Tommy the Keyblade Master, and welcome to my channel. Now, today I'm going to talk about something a little bit political. I usually try to avoid that on my channel, but a few weeks ago I did an editorial on diversity in gaming for the Alloy 7 Gamer Life, and after I watched a few of their videos, of course, with Google and their analytics and stuff, started recommending videos from people kind of criticizing the fact that Anita Sarkessian won a reward for being influential from a major magazine. I won't report the magazine, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And after that, of course, a whole bunch of hate videos about her. And this is what I want to talk about. Now, I'm not a fan of Sarkessian's position. She strikes me as someone who embraces one of the new thoughts in feminism, and that is that there's no difference between male and female in gender when it comes to brain, thought, and all that stuff. We're all the same. It's only our culture and men that bring the differences, and therefore the men try to keep the women down. My thought as a man, if that was true, men would have figured out women a long time ago. But I disagree with her position. She has the right to make her YouTube videos and express them. But here's what gamers need to realize. She is not out to have a debate with us. She is playing another game that we gamers are not familiar with. We are used to playing Final Fantasy and Call of Duty. We're not used to playing a game called politics. That is what she's out to do. Now, in politics, it's important to realize that it's not the best argument that wins. It's not the most debated argument that wins. It's the most persuasive argument that wins. And that should give you a clue about some of the things she does and why. One of the things people get on her about is that she's really so influential and really wants to spark this debate on her views. Why the heck doesn't she keep those comment sections open on her video? I mean, if you're going to say stuff like she does, wouldn't you want input from people, either for or against, so you could modify your views? After all, that's what YouTube's for. That's what most YouTubers like myself and others do. We want to create videos, and then we want feedback from them. Do you agree with my opinion on a game? Do you agree with my opinion on this vlog? Do you like this animation cartoon I made parodying something? We usually want that feedback, and not only is it helpful to us to create better feedback, but usually when people type in a comment, it gets shared through Google Plus at least, and that helps attract more people to our videos. So more comments and more audience participation usually means a bigger video, more hits. So why would anyone want to stop that? Well, she says she gets a lot of trolling, and I do believe her on that, and if she doesn't want it, that's fine. But I'll tell you why she really doesn't want to have comments, and this is what we gamers need to realize when she's playing politics. In order for me now to respond to anything she says in one of her feminist frequency videos, the only way for me to respond, to criticize, is to create my own video. And that's what she wants. Now, I only have a few subscribers, but if I'm someone like some of these bigger game channels that reply to her that have thousands of them, well, that's thousands more people knowing what her opinion is, and they might just go back and look for her video just to see what this guy is outraged for. More hits, and she doesn't have to do a darn thing to work for him. Genius. But it gets even better. Like I said, it's the most persuasive argument in politics that wins. It's not, like I said, the most intelligent or the most debated. I could be advocating for policies that have shown in the past to have leave millions dead and millions more in poverty. However, if I can get the people who are debating me or against me and my ideas to look like they're insane, I can easily get the upper hand that way. And that's what she's doing. Now, these ideas of hers I don't think are actually going to help the game industry in the long run with women. Like I said in my video about diversity, I think it's going to eventually come to a point where companies are going to have to reach out to the females. The AAA game developers are going to have to find some way to get women in, because they're not going to survive just on man games, because we're at the point where they are so expensive to develop for that even a simple game bombing can ruin a developer now. It's too high stakes. They're going to have to widen the market. But if Ms. Sarkessian can then go out and get me to rant and rave about her positions and make me look nuts, then she's got an upper hand saying, no, that's not true. They need to make major changes, this and this and this, whether or not those will actually drive sales or women to them. So what should we do about her? Like I said, she wants people to look crazy when they are debunking her beliefs. That's what she wants. If she can make us look crazy, she's already got an upper hand. In fact, she's already succeeding it, and at big time. So she wants people to call her the B word. She wants people to call her a feminazi, because she can then go and take all these videos that criticize her, take a few of the ones that are absolutely raving in her opinion, and post them and say, this is the other side of the debate, guys. This is who gamers are. It's not true, of course, but perception is reality in politics. So that's what she's going to do. So how do we deal with Ms. Sarkessian? The answer's simple. First off, if we can, ignore her. Like I said, she wants us to make our own videos denouncing her views, and she wants us to be as strong-worded and as vile against her as possible. That way she can then share those videos and basically slime us. So the best way is not to really even pay attention to her if we can. If you must debunk a video, just mention her once. Don't call her any type of names. Don't call her a feminazi. Just debunk her argument. If you must mention her once. Say it's from this person, but don't call her names and don't threaten her. Whoever did the live threats, by the way, thank you. You just gave her an atomic bomb to use against her opponents. That's, a really great way to lose a political battle, is when one side starts to threaten to kill the other side, the public will automatically go against that. So don't call her names. And then if you see her in any of these mainstream rags, like I said, notice I didn't quote the magazine that did this, but if you see her quoted any mainstream mag or any mainstream television, again, that's when we have to go out and refute it, because now it's got a really public podium. But don't even mention the place they got it. Say a major network is doing this. Don't mention the network. Don't mention that it was ABC who was going to do an interview and here's why I think it's wrong. Here's why her arguments in that interview I think is wrong. But don't mention them. They are also after attention. That's why they put her on. They know that we will get angry and we will again spread that interview around. It's all about hits, it's all about money, and it's all about persuasive. We have got to get into the game. Like I said, find the best arguments against her, find a way to put them in subtly, don't threaten, and I think we can eventually get people to realize what's going on in the game industry, what changes really need to be made, and why Ms. Sarkessian is wrong. Anyways, if you have a comment or feeling about this, feel free to leave it below. I leave my comment sections open. And this is Tommy, the Keyblade Master, signing out on this political rant.